and we were tasked to report about how to compute your pulse and heart rate and how to compute your BMI.
Okay.
Taking your pulse rate to know where and how to take your pulse rate is a necessity. It is important practice to your heart rate before, during, and after exercise workout. This practice is recommended for you to detect the efficiency of your heart and lungs in carrying out of given exercise load.
But first, let us look closer on the difference between blood pressure, explained by Raniel Umbat, and heart rate, explained by Shandy Ramirez, and pulse rate, explained by Andrew Salcedo and Arvin Ondovilla.
Blood pressure is the force of blood against the walls of your arteries as your heart pumps it through your body. It's typically measured with two numbers: systolic when the heart contracts, diastolic when the heart is at rest. This is our heart. Then when your heart is beat faster, that's called systolic. When your heart is at rest, that's called diastolic.
How to get blood pressure? Blood pressure is measured by a medical instrument called sphygmomanometer and stethoscope. This is the example of sphygmomanometer. This one. And this is stethoscope.
Heart rate. This is the number of times your heartbeat per minute is typically measured by medical advice that directly monitor the electrical activity of the heart, such as electrocardiogram. A normal resting heart rate for adults range from 60 to 100 beats per minute. Generally, a lower heart rate as rest of is for efficient heart function and better cardiovascular fitness. Your heart rate is a number of that your heartbeat is a minute. Your body automatically controls your heartbeat to match whatever you're doing or what happened around you. Example, you're active, excited, or scared, or drops when you're interesting, calm, or comfortable.
Pulse rate is the number of times your heart beats in 1 minute. It's a measure of how fast or slow your heart is pumping blood through your body. A typical resting pulse rate for adults is between 60 and 100 per minute, depending on your activity. Your rate can be higher or lower, but a heart rate of over 100 bmp that occurs with shortness of breath or chest pain may be dangerous.
The most common accessible place to find your pulse is your wrist. Use the tip of your index middle finger to press tightly on the inside of your wrist, just below. You can also find your pulse on your neck and inside below your jawline. Also, once you locate your pulse, count the number of your beats. You can feel 60 seconds. You feel for 60 seconds, and alternatively you can count your pulse 15 seconds and then multiply the count by 4 to get your beats per minute.
Body mass index or BMI is a numerical value that is used to assess a person's overall body weight in relation to their height. It is a simple definition that can help indicate whether someone is underweight, normal weight, overweight, or obese. Your BMI can fall into one of the following categories: underweight BMI less than 18.5, normal weight BMI between 18.5 and 29.9, overweight BMI between 25 and 29.9. Obese is obese BMI of 30 or greater.
Example.
Connected on this, calculate your BMI. Follow these steps. Measure your weight in kilograms. Measure your height in meters. Once you have these measurements, you can calculate your BMI using this following formula. For example, if your weight is if you weigh kilograms and your height is weight 70 kilograms and your height is 1.75 meters, your BMI would be 70 divided by 1.75 equals 22.86.
Okay, so every member is done with their explanation, then I'll be here to summarize what they have reported. First and the most main point is the heart rate and pulse rate, how to get them. Now, heart rate and pulse rate may be similar as they both calculate how many times your heart beats per minute. And you calculate them first at rest when you're not active or not doing any strenuous exercise, then after a strenuous exercise. In computing your heart rate, you must first know where you have to feel your pulse. And I'll be showing you the most common and easiest way to feel your pulse is first the wrist, just below your thumb, facing upward, palm facing upward, right here at the side, with both your index and middle finger. And here you'll feel, yeah, I can feel my pulse right now. I'm very nervous. And then the second most common way to find your pulse is right at the neck, the carotid artery. It can be located by starting at your earlobe, earlobe, then trace straight down, and you'll just below the jaw you'll find your pulse. When you calculate, you have to divide. You have to count the beats of your pulse in 1 minute, then multiply it by 2. That's how you get your pulse rate.
For blood pressure, normal blood pressure is around 120/80. And then, while 140/90 is high blood, and 90/60 is low blood pressure. Low blood pressure, it may cause dizziness and other problems.
Like what my group member said, Mr. Umbat, that there are 2 ways to measure your blood pressure. One is the systolic, where your heart is active after an exercise or
You're in activity.
yes, in activity. And the second one is diastolic, when the heart is at rest or when you do normal things like just walking or maybe even sleeping.
Another example,
How to calculate the BMI? 130 IBS divided by 2.2 equals 59 kilograms, and 65 divided by 39.4 equals 1.65. Then 165 times 165.65 equals 2.75 meters. 59 kilograms divided by 2.72 equals 21.7 BMI. That's all.
That's the end of our report. Thank you for watching.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Hey.
Selfie na draw. Oh, kani.